My name's Nick Buckley. I became slightly famous 2 years ago because I was sacked from the charity I founded for criticising Black Lives Matter. So I'm not going to rehash that story, most people know that story. And to be fair, I'm sick of talking about it. So we're here today because of, not this venue, but we're here today because we were cancelled from a previous venue. So just for people who don't know, I'll just quick 1 minute on that. We booked the friend's house around the corner, told them the title was called Free Speech Matters, so they could infer what the topic was about. We told them that we were only answering 3 questions. What is free speech? Why is it important? And how do we protect it? So we're not talking about any of the controversial issues. It's those 3 questions we're answering. They seemed fine. And then 2 weeks before they said, who are your speakers? So we told them and went, oh no, we're not happy now. We're afraid that maybe someone will say something that someone might find offensive that could lead to an outbreak of violence in our building, and we're responsible for their health and safety. And we went, what are you talking about? And it went, well, that's just what we think. Could you give us an example of something that someone may have said, or no? Would you like to see all the speeches that our guests will be talking about? You can read their speech. No, we're not interested. So that's why it was cancelled, basically. So that's in a nutshell. So that led us to here today. It's a great venue. The pub gave us this for free, so fantastic to the pub. So make sure you get another drink. Not perfect for as many people we had, but it was better than being silenced. That's why we decided we're going to do something anyway. It won't be as grand, it won't be as fantastic. All the speeches will be smaller, but you know what? It's better than nothing. And we've still got to do something because we can't be silenced.
Beer's better here anyway.
Exactly. Well, there was no beer there. Absolutely no alcohol. So after I was cancelled, I mounted a fight back. I decided I wasn't having this. So it took a 5-week battle, and I won. The board resigned. I got my job back, and everything was hunky dory. And then I decided to write a book about that journey. So everyone should have a leaflet on the table. I'll plug my book while I'm in. I want to talk about the book, one of the chapters of the book now. So when I was writing the book, I was putting tweets out saying I'm writing a chapter on this, I'm writing a chapter on that, what other chapters should I do? And a lady messaged me and went, Nick, it's okay talking about your story, and it's okay talking about how you fought back. It was great, and I'm so chuffed for you. But it means nothing to me in my fight, because I'm not you, I'm not in the same situation as you. What can I do if I want to fight back? And I thought that's a great question. So I dedicated a whole chapter in the book on what you can do to fight back. And I'm going to talk about that, what those 12, I ripped off Jordan Peterson, by the way, so I put 12 points how to fight back. And to summarise that, it was basically be a ninja, not a witcher. So we all can't go public, because some of us will have jobs where you'll be fired the next day, and what we don't need is more martyrs, because all that does ruins your life, but it then scares everybody else and makes them shut their mouths a bit more, because look what happened to you. So we don't need martyrs. So don't fall on your own sword, because you're not helping the cause, you're making it worse. But you can be a ninja. And what's a ninja? A ninja is a sneaky little motherfucker who you don't know is there, who does what they want and assassinates people. Be the ninja, do things behind the scene. If it means you retweeting something, well, retweet that. If it means you speaking to your best friend about something, do that. The answer isn't keeping your mouth shut and doing nothing. But again, absolutely, but again, it doesn't mean you have to be at the front of the vanguard taking the hits, because you may have a mortgage, you may have family, you may have children. We understand that not everyone can be at the vanguard. And I wasn't at the vanguard either. I was, what's the word I'm looking for? I was an idiot. I didn't criticise Black Lives Matter because I was brave. I was just naive. I didn't think anything would have come from that, because if I did, would I have pressed enter on that keyboard for the blog? And I'm afraid to say I probably wouldn't have done, because I'm not that brave. So, what can you do? What can you do when you leave this room today? We've had different speakers. I'm going to do questions at the end.
I just want to say something.
Go on.
Instead of the Great Reset, let's have the Great
Resist.
That's what it is. We are resisting, and that's what we need to do.
Well, we need to really do it.
Absolutely. But we only do it ourselves.
Pass it on.
Yeah, which means there's things you need to learn and things you need to do that will make a difference. Not because your one little action will make a difference, but as we said before, we're the majority. And if you've got 40 million people doing a tiny, tiny, tiny thing, that all adds up. That adds up to a tsunami of change, but we've all got to do our bit. Someone said to me the other week, all you've got to do is 1/68th of a million. That's all you've got to do, which means you've got to do your part and your share. So what are the things that I suggested to people? So the first thing we need to learn what to do is we need to start using the word no. It's a simple word. It's an easy word. We all understand it. We'd like you to attend this volunteer training. No. Why? Because I said no. Don't explain yourself. That's what's great about the word no. It doesn't need explaining. No. There'll be a silence. Good. You'll feel uncomfortable. But you know what? They're uncomfortable as well. And they're going, don't know what to say. They walk away going, not asking you that sort of question again because you make me feel uncomfortable. So accept that you're uncomfortable and say no. It's a super word. It's not as good as their super words. Racism, homophobia, sexism, they've got better words, super words than us. But ours is still a super word. No. Start using it. It's powerful. Look them in the eye. Stop being fearful. If you're going to say no to someone, look him in the eye. If someone's talking to you about the woke bollocks, look him in the eye and go, I don't agree. Not, oh yeah, okay, yeah, well, you know, yeah, I might think about that. No, look him in the eye and then use a super word. No. So they're perfectly clear. Now that doesn't mean you should go around staring people in the eyes all the time. That just makes you a lunatic yourself. But in the right situation, that's what you need to do. Body language. When you feel uncomfortable, your shoulders go down, you bend and you're thinking, oh, don't know what to say, You then look already defeated. Mentally, you're already defeated. Body language tells other people what your mind already knows. So be careful of your body language. You stand up, shoulders back, chin up, and you go, no. Because there's no way they can come back from that because you give them the information which is, I'm not listening, I'm not having this. The answer's no. Or, these are my reasons. But when someone answers you back and goes, well, I read something on Twitter that said, you know, and it's like, well, you're a victim straight away. They don't listen to you, they don't respect you because of your body language. Be careful of your body language. Pretend to be confident.
Be confident.
No, pretend to be confident because I'll tell you now, there's only two types of people in the world. Unconfident people and people who pretend to be confident. That's all there is. That's all there is. So when you see someone like me on this stage and thinking, he's confident, I'm not. I'm as unconfident as you. But what I do is I pay attention to my body language. And I'm here going, I know what I'm talking about. And inside I'm going, no, you fucking don't. No, you don't. You're that kid who spent 13 years stuttering as a child. That's who you are. You're the kid who got bullied for years on your council estate. That's who you are. You're the person who didn't get that job you went for. That's who you are. You're that person that girl didn't want to know. That's who you are. And we have all this inside ourselves all the time. And if you listen to those voices, it destroys you. Pretend to be confident. Because the more you pretend to be confident, the more people think you are confident, which then grows your confidence. I had a girlfriend who was extremely unconfident all the time, and this is what I was telling her all the time. Stop telling me that I'm confident and I don't know how you feel. I just pretend to be confident. It's a trick. The truth will set you free. It really will. The truth's a weapon. And it's a weapon we forgot how to use. Hence why we believe in white fragility and white supremacy and homophobia in certain cases. And The truth will set you free. Be truthful. We tell kids all the time, Tell the truth. Why do we tell kids to tell the truth? Because we know it's a good lesson to learn. Because when you lie and you live by lies, you have to spend all your time remembering those lies so you can remember them, so you can pretend they're true when you're speaking to someone else. It's mentally draining, and then you get caught out in the lie, which then knocks your confidence and makes you look like an idiot. Tell the truth. It's an easy thing to live by. That's why most religions always have this in one of the commandments or rules. And we love our children, but we tell our children to tell the truth. Why? Because we love them, and intrinsically we know it's the best lesson for them to learn. So tell the truth. Start to protect. Start to protect yourself, start to protect your family, start protecting your community. Don't be thinking to yourself, there'll be a better time. There is no better time. If you've got to stand up for yourself, do it now. It's easy for you to say to yourself, now's not the right time, there was other people in the room, or that is you stand up for yourself now, because there's never the right time. When you say that to yourself, all you're doing is giving yourself an excuse to not do it. That doesn't mean violent conflict, that doesn't mean being an idiot. It means stand up for yourself. Stand up for others. If you're at work and someone's being bullied, then stand up for that person. If your boss is picking on someone, stand up for that person. Go sit next to them. There's a bit of solidarity. You're not going to leave this room and take on the woke and take on the government and take on Stonewall or mermaids by yourself, because you're not strong enough. But you can protect someone you know, which then reinforces our army. It reinforces what we're trying to get out of the world. I'm not fighting this to beat someone else. I'm fighting this to improve the lives of everyone in the country. I don't care about mermaids or Stonewall if they fall or not. They will fall, but I don't care about them falling. I want to improve everyone's lives, so start protecting people now. Your family members making mistakes, go speak to them. Don't just wash your hands going, he's an idiot, he's always making mistakes. Well, have you spoken to him? Have you sat him down and gone, you keep making all the same mistakes? He may not listen to you, but at least then you know you tried. You tried to improve the people closest to you before you start trying to change the country and change the world. Start protecting now. Take on some responsibility. Stop waiting for someone else to change your problems. Stop waiting for someone else to start fighting this war on your behalf. You need to do your 1/60 millionth part in this. Take on some responsibility. Improve your life. If you think you're not strong enough to take on this fight, well, don't take this on, but improve your life, so maybe in 5 years' time you will be a bit stronger and you can take something else on and you can start fighting back. We've got too many people doing nothing and being silent because someone else will fight this. It's not their fight, it's your fight. It's our fight. So take on some personal responsibility, sort yourself out, improve yourself so you're more formidable. Do not delay, which I've already mentioned. There's no perfect time. Do you have a list up of what you need to do in your personal life, your private life, your business life? Right, list up and start knocking things off your list when you complete them. That has several benefits. The first benefit is you see what you can achieve. That gives you confidence. We look at our lives sometimes and we say to ourselves, there's too much. I can't change this. There's too much. Well, break down your life and all your problems and start knocking them off one at a time. You'll be surprised what you can achieve. 1 second. You'll be surprised what you can achieve. Knock them off your list. You'll feel better about yourself that you've achieved something that day. It might be one thing, it doesn't matter. But wallowing in self-pity that your life is too complicated to fix gets you nowhere. Do not apologise. Only apologise if you know you've made a mistake. I apologise if I've made a mistake because that's a decent thing to do. It's how you learn that you've made a mistake. Apologise. But when it comes to the woke, don't apologise just because something you've said. I'm offended. Oh, I'm sorry about that. What are you sorry about? Don't apologise. Because what that does mentally is it breaks you down. It makes you start self-censoring. It breaks you down internally. That's what we do with children. That was naughty. Apologise. Well, no. Apologise. Apologise. I'm sorry, Mummy. We know they don't mean it. But we know over amount of time, it breaks their spirit as a child, and they are easier to condition. So stop apologising if you don't mean it. You're just weakening yourself. Be honourable. That's something we're missing in our country. We have for a long time. No one seems to have any honour anymore now. We need to be honourable. What that is down to you. You need to work that out. You already have the answer. We've all been taught right from wrong. It'll be different from family to individual. It doesn't matter. We all know what right is and we all know what wrong is. You need to start looking at what you believe in and doing something about it. We all know stealing's wrong, but yet some people in this room are probably stolen. We know these things. Start holding yourself to your own set of rules. That's how you develop honour. You've got to believe in it yourself. So you can't import someone else's value system. We all have our own value system, and you need to hold yourself accountable to yourself. That's how we've got into this situation, because we've got a lack of honour. Be yourself. Don't be ashamed of who you are. You can improve, you can be better. In fact, you should be better than what you are today. But that doesn't mean you have to be ashamed of who you are today, because what you are today is probably good enough for today, but it's not good enough for tomorrow. So work on yourself, but don't feel shame of who you are today. Do something about it. And my last point is basically, stop showing off. It's one of the vices. We do it all the time on our social media, and we think it improves our lives. It doesn't. We take pictures of our food, our new phone, our new car, and we post it out there. Look at me, isn't my life? We're not saying, isn't my life great? What we're saying is, isn't my life better than yours? And what that does then is that damages other people who read it and go, his life is better than mine. All you're doing is you're damaging your fellow citizens by showing them a fake life, because that isn't really your life. You're not that happy. You're not that beautiful, because you've got filters on your phone. That car isn't born, it's leased. That might be a nice meal in a restaurant, but it's the first time you've been out in a year. So stop showing off, because you're damaging your fellow citizens. And who wants you for the attention? But who wants fake friends for your fake life, for a fake happiness? Doesn't make you happy, and it damages everybody else. So they were the 12 tips. That is a chapter in my book. You can order it online. They're the lessons I would give people to leave this room today, and they're the things you can do, not only to fight back of what we've got today, but to improve your own life. Stop damaging other people's lives, and for you to be happy. And if we can get happy, stronger, more formidable public out there, this will be an easier fight to take part in and to win. Thank you.